Hey guys, I want to speak about the frequency of being all in and the connection between being all in and keeping your heart open, and how closing your heart, protecting yourself, is actually a strategy of you keeping one foot in and one foot out. So, when you are all in on something, I feel there's multiple factors that support your energy to get all in. There's obviously alignment. Like, it has to be aligned for you. It has to resonate for you. And then it has to be a choice. You have to consciously choose to be all in. Consciously choose to put your energy all in. Consciously choose to open yourself up to that frequency. And that choice can feel really, really vulnerable. The frequency of being all in is an invitation to keep your heart open no matter what. And we're talking all in on your relationship, on your partnership, but we're also talking all in on your soul mission, all in on your own relationship with yourself, on your own dedication and devotion to your spiritual path, to the remembrance of your essence, whatever that central growth area that you are working with. When you tune into how all in you are and how open you are on a heart level to it, and where you actually go into having a closed heart or pulling back the openness of your heart, this is what's going to start contracting the energy. It's going to start connecting you into a different frequency version of that reality altogether. So let's take the example of your relationship. If your heart's a little bit close to it, you're close to the potential, you're close to the highest timeline of you guys. And as a result, you're going to be connected to a little bit of a different bandwidth of that possibility. And in that other bandwidth, you're going to have different thoughts, different insecurities, different doubts. And you're kind of leaving the door open for that while you are closing your heart to the potential, right? And I just want to just bring something in here and just say about how damn vulnerable and tender it feels to keep yourself all in and to keep your heart open when you are all in. I'm taking a couple of weeks apart from my partner, and this is a super inspired choice by us both. I felt it one day in Greece. I was like, September, solo September. I didn't think of it like that at the time, but solo September. And I felt it, and I was like, all right, that's going to happen. And then 2 hours later, my partner said, I'm feeling that we should ride solo for September. So it's a very inspired, mutually chosen vision. And what I noticed is that because we are so connected when we're physically together, and there's such an openness that we have created to channel this love between each other and to be available for the relationship and the connection on such a big level. Since I'm journeying on my own, even though I've been around so many amazing friends this whole time, there's like literally been barely any aloneness except now. I've noticed that there's this great expansiveness in me and in my heart, and it's this tender, raw, vulnerable openness in my heart. And while I'm riding solo, I notice how easy it is to feel insecure around that openness and that expansiveness that I have available, and like the amount of love I have, and how easy it is for me to close that a bit for protection because it is so tender. And And when you close it a little bit for protection, that's when you start to feel insecure. That's when you shift your level of being all in, because you're no longer all in. You're deciding to withhold a bit of your energy. So this connection between the heart being open and like letting yourself be in that frequency of being all in, and recognizing that it is vulnerable, it can be tender, and we want to protect ourselves. And like, this is how it feels with your mission as well. Your mission is something that comes from your heart. Your service comes so from your heart. The transformation you share is from your heart. And in order to really be the channel, be the conduit, be the visionary for that, what you have got to cultivate is this capacity to keep that heart open, keep that channel wide open, keep it expansive as possible. And you probably notice when you contract it out of protection and shift your all-inness, and every time it expands, it deepens, whether it's your relationship or your mission, there is the opportunity to open your heart even more to it, which is the process of expanding your capacity to receive a higher frequency, a higher potency. And when you have these openings, it can be common that you follow it with a protective closing, like a recoiling back, because initially, it feels raw. It feels like, whoa, holy shit, I'm vulnerable in this way. And this is just the invitation to acknowledge the vulnerability and the tenderness that can come when you open up and you go all in and you say yes on a deeper level, and to just nurture yourself to be able to hold that and not fall back into protection. And to just a little note on how when you fall back into that protection, it alters the frequency in so many ways. And when it alters the frequency, you really open up to different doubts, different insecurities, different fears, because you have contracted the fullest flow and the potential, and you've basically subscribed in a little bit of a different way to reality, and your thoughts, your inspirations, things that you're able to feel is mirroring to you your own level of openness, your own level of receptivity. And the openness and the receptivity that you have is a vibrational match to a certain reality and a certain version of yourself, right? And that version of yourself thinks in different ways. So it's an interesting contemplation, and I think it's a really important one to have around the things that you hold dear in your heart. This all-inness, obviously the frequency of choice is important, resonance and alignment. Like, is it aligned for you on a soul level? Is the soul saying yes? Does it fully resonate? Does it resonate with who you are now, who you're becoming, who you're moving into? And are you taking that conscious choice? Are you saying yes? Are you saying fuck yes? Are you saying, I'm gonna consciously choose this? I'm gonna be all in. So how can you look at the mirror of your life, whatever area of your life, and see where you're being reflected, the amount of all in that you are, and if that all in is truly reflective of the intention and the desires that you have. And when you see the intentions and the desires you have through the lens of how they're being currently reflected to you, you see where you need to make some vibrational adjustments, where you get to make them. Bye, guys.